The Economist ranking Israel as the fourth best performing economy in 2022. Despite a political unrest, the UK Weekly reporting Israel having success in the Middle East over the previous year. 5 macroeconomic indicators: GDP growth, yearly inflation, inflation breadth, stock prices, and government debt being used to rank the 34 OECD nations. Israel's debt to GDP ratio decreasing from 68% to 60% this year, as reported by Israeli economic newspaper Globes last week. Even if inflation during the previous year increasing to 5.3%, as The Economist notes, this is still less than half the rate of inflation in many Western economies. With the exception of 2020 owing to the COVID pandemic, Israel's exports of goods and services increasing steadily during the past 10 years. Israel's exports of goods and services will be reaching at least $160 billion in 2022, a new record and an increase of more than 10% from last year, when exports of goods and services totaled a then record of $144 billion, according to a conservative estimate by the Foreign Trade Administration of the Ministry of Economy and Industry. The export of products and services from Israel might total $165 billion in the first 9 months of 2022, up 15% from 2021 based on the rate of growth of exports. And while Israel can be very satisfied, the world's largest economies are not doing so well. Germany ranking 30th with a high inflation of 10%, while the US reaching the 20th place with a minimal GDP growth of 0.2%, and Estonia coming in last out of the 34 OECD nations. According to The Economist, nations whose energy is not depending on Russian gas and oil, like Israel, have an advantage in terms of inflation. Spain, for instance, using solar energy and importing natural gas from Algeria, seeing a relatively mild increase in its consumer price index of 5.7% during the 12-month period from October 21 to September 22.